In the last lesson we learned what denial of service attack is. Today let's talk about grabbing a handshake. To understand what handshake is and how it can be captured, let's see an article on the internet. And what is handshake? From a technical point of view, a handshake in wireless networks is the exchange of information between the access point and the client at the moment of connection to it. This information contains a variety of keys, and the exchange takes place in several stages. The process of connecting to a wireless access point is well documented, and you can find a lot of information on this easier. From a practical point of view, it is enough for us to know only two very simple things. A handshake can be captured while connecting a client who know a valid password to a wireless access point. The handshake contains enough information to decrypt the password. Let's do it. In the handshake there is the name of the access point as SID. Then there is a cipher, the correct password hash. For example, SHA-1, 160 bits must be selected. So, if we intercept a password, we can only crack it because there is a hash function. Those who know what a hash function is understand that this is a function that has an input array, and the hash result itself converts in only one direction. Only the input array into a hash, and you see that it is impossible to convert the hash into an input array, be it 1 byte or 1 gigabyte. Anyway, with SHA-1 as an output, there will be 160 bytes. I can provide an example. We go to the site sha1online.com. Enter any value 1. The hash for value 1 will be like this. I will take it and write it in a document. And here I will take and introduce a lot of meanings, and so it can be a few gigabits of characters. Hash and get the same 160 bytes at the output, because the number of bytes for the SHA-1 function is 160. There are other features if we talk about SHA, but SHA-1 is used as part of Handshake Wi-Fi. It's 160 bytes. When we are engaged in brute force, we brute force this hash and try to understand what the input was. Let's look at how this happens in practice. Let's move on to Airgeddon. Select the menu for working with handshake tools. First, search for girls. We are looking for girls. Select the target network. The target is captured. Grab a handshake. To do this, I need, as I said, to deauthenticate clients from the goal. I'll do this with the help of AirPlay deauthenticated attack, because from MDK4 clients get into a stupor and become inadequate. A timeout of 10 seconds is enough for me. For 10 seconds I will send the authentication packets, after which all clients will disconnect from the access point, and when they disconnect I will sit and intercept a handshake that will try to connect to the access point. Let's go. And so we got a handshake. Let's put it in the default folder. File created successfully. Now we will check if the handshake is in the right folder. That is all. We captured the handshake and now we'll see what we can do with it. Let's go to the next video and look at handshake attack offline.